I'm Stuart Thompson, editor of Digital TV Europe. I'm here with Haggai Barel, who's the deputy CEO of Viaccess-Orca. Haggai, you're delivering a keynote at TV Connect on what you call the Operator Survival Guide, and you've got an interesting first part of that called Rules of Engagement for Operators. Can you just tell me what that means?
Sure. So first of all, we've decided in 2013 to release what we call the Operator Survival Guide, and we're announcing it here in London, and episode 1 is in TV Connect, and we're going to be releasing it during the years, more and more episodes, whether it's webcasts or blogs or speak-ups. And specifically this first one is about rules of engagement. And in high level, it's just about discussing for the operators what are the, in concept, not in points of do this in user experience, do that in backend, but in concept, what are the changes, what are the rules of engagement, what has changed, what is the playing ground in terms of engaging with consumers, with their subscribers. That's more or less the objective of this first episode.
Great. Talking about what has changed, what do you think has changed in terms of the viewers' expectations of what service providers can deliver and what they expect from TV?
So that's exactly the question we're raising in the keynote as well, and that's a perfect question. And what we see is, and hopefully you can get the keynote and we'll blog it and post it, but if you don't, in general, we've seen I'm not going into all the details in technology changes, but in concept, in mental expectation, in mindset changes, the users that are no longer. I waited 1 year for a telephone line. I mean, probably others in my age as well. It's unthinkable today. It's just not, we don't, and what's changed is not just the technology, it's my expectations. I don't expect to wait 1 year for a telephone line. In those days, that was life. I don't expect, I have options today. I'm multitasking. I'm able to do a lot of things that I want to be excited. I'm a very sophisticated subscriber. I do things in parallel. I want to be told a story. I want to be excited. I want not to be guided on only one path. I want all the doors in front of me, and I want the choice to open it. And also I want you to recognize me as a person. I'm no longer just another me in a crowd of me's. It's me. I expect you to know that. And I think that's the mental change, the mindset of the change in users, and that's part of what affects the rules of engagement.
Great. Now, looking at those expectations, what's the role of the service provider in meeting them? What should the service provider do? What's his task? So having said all that about the users and subscribers, I think the good news is, for operators at least, that they do this adventure that the users want to unleash on themselves every day when they browse the internet or consume content. They still want a tour guide. They still need a tour guide. Okay, they want an adventure, but they need the tour guide. And the tour guide is, the best qualified there is the operator. And the operator needs to, again, in high level and concept, address those concepts we talked about before. So you need to personalize your service. Okay, you need to understand. You need to build it what we call easy to play, hard to master. So this user experience needs to be able to accommodate from users that want to simply consume the content in a simple way to advanced users who want to multitask and communicate to others and jump from one door to the other. And you have to build a smart user experience to do it. It's an immersive experience that you need to build. It's not linear anymore, and I'm not talking about broadcast or video. I'm talking about the way people consume content or browse. The user experience itself is not linear, it's contextual. It has to be connected from many places, and you need to be able to build a platform that allows them to jump from one place to the other, but still, as a guide, you are there to eventually get them to the right place. Now, you've summarized this into what you call the engagement model. Can you tell me a little bit about what that is?
Sure. The engagement model is, we took what we saw as just discussed these concepts, what the operators need to do, but what we call is the engagement model, and we'll post it on our website and our blog, so you guys anyone can download it and view it. But in general, if you think of a triangle, the base is what we have today. So it's the basis of a platform, an SDP, a service delivery platform of
that allows you to do multi-screen, allows you to be open and adapt to future requirements, and of course gives the basic services of VOD, PVR, and so on. So on this base, this is the first step, and this exists. On this base, you need to superimpose another layer, which is the personalization layer. So you take all those services, all the basic standard we talked about before, and suddenly you do a service for you, which is relevant for you specifically. So you're starting to give a taste which is personalized. And the last tip of this engagement model is the enhancement and enrichment of content. The next generation of consumption. People are no longer, let's say, satisfied, because of the reason we talked about before, with just simple metadata, with just clicking. It's not just about reaching the movie eventually in a list of categories and subcategories and playing the video. It's about enjoying the journey there. It's about discovering the journey there. So in this case, the last tip is what we call enhancement enrichment. You need to close all of these three together into a, let's say, an immersive experience. You take this triangle and you wrap it by another one which says multi-screen, which means you need to deliver this model into all screens. And the last one is protection. You need to protect your content, you need to protect your business, and you also need to protect the interests of your subscribers, because if they give this faith in you, if they do go the personal way, they don't expect that content that information to be abused. So this engagement model is kind of expresses in high level where the user experience, where we see the user experience going and where it should be going for operators.
Haggai, Barel, thanks very much.
Thank you.